Hi there, my name is Aaron, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. Today we're continuing on our month of Arrow with the Arrow Easter Carnage sale. It's kind of taking me back to my roots. The first sale I remember ever getting super excited about and ever looking at was an Arrow sale. So without further ado, I have around 40-ish box sets. I have some limited edition stuff here as well. So what we're going to do is going to look into all of these look at all these releases. Some of these are at print, so you're going to see a lot of different stuff here. You can see a little bit here on the side. I got don't think I got everything here that's at a print, because out of everything that I collected, I think Arrow is the company I've collected the most of. So with that being further ado, let's hit the marquee. With the Arrow Easter Carnage show, which you can see there in the background, one of the things I get asked the most for on this channel is, am I going to do another collection video? I tend to do a few of these, and it's a good way to figure out some of the movies I'm going to be reviewing in the future as well. So what I did tonight, I had to break up the Arrow collection video into two, possibly three, because my Arrow collection is fairly large. Hey there, Leaf. Welcome, man. And welcome to the Call to Cinema. I have a lot of stuff to go through here, so I'm going to go through. I got a few of my Steelbooks. I'm not sure what was at a print or not, so I grabbed a couple of those. I got some regular releases, and I got a lot of box sets here. Some of these I know are long out of print, so we'll look at these. If there's anything that you want to know anything about or want to know any more information on as I'm going through these, because I'm going to go through them like kind of fairly quickly. I'm not going to make this a too long video. I'll make it pretty concise. Just stop me at any time and ask if there's something that you want to know. And we'll start off with, I got a bunch of Steelbooks, but I only chose three that I think are out of print. And that would be, first would be the Demons. And hey there, Chris, welcome, man. And Demons 2 Steelbook. This one was a surprise gift for me from my better half at Halloween one year. And although I do have the Snaps 4K, I will never get rid of this Steelbook. I really, really love the look of this. So whoever did the art on this, like, Chef's Kiss did an amazing job. The long out of print edition Steelbook. If you don't have this movie, though, this is a really, really good movie. Takeshi Miike, you can't go wrong, but especially with this one. Hey there, George, welcome. This is one of his best works. It should be in everybody's collection, and the Steelbook is really nice. I passed on it. It went out of print. A viewer sent it to me, so that was a big surprise, actually. And I like handmade films, George Harrison's company. And I love Time Bandits. I saw this in the theater when I was a kid, so I had to grab this. I know there's a Criterion, but I like this edition better. I just like the way they got it done. I love the artwork. I love the way it's done on the inside. If you've never seen Time Bandits, it's Terry Gilliam, so it's going to be like a wacky, freaky movie. Now we're going to get into some of the limited edition stuff, and then we're going to get to the box sets and go to the other prints. Hey, Jesse, welcome, man. Canadian Easter. I totally forgot it until I saw one of my family mentioning my aunt mentioning on Facebook. Okay, one of the biggest things that I pimped back in the day when this was in print, because this one is at a print now, was but there's a regular edition too. But you miss out on something really big. So this is Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. I'm a huge Warren Oates fan. I love Warren Oates. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I love Sam Peckinpah's work. So to get like both of them together was incredible. I really, really dig this film. I'm a big fan of Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. But what's even better than that here, and it's hard to get better than the film. Exactly, Jesse. The 11-hour long documentary on Peckinpah. So Paul Joyce's documentary contained more than 10 hours of previously unseen footage. This is insane. So when you open it up, I haven't changed around to the reversible artwork, which I really should do. But you get the original disc here, right here, which you got on every version. But this here's the baby you look for. So if you ever find this in the wild, grab it. Like, grab it right away. It's the Bring Me the Head of Fred Garcia bonus disc, 11-hour documentary. Jesse is 100% right. And if you want to know what the alternate art is, it is the original artwork right here, which I will probably eventually change around. That's why you don't like sleep on some of this Arrow stuff. Sometimes it might be just a slipcover, but it's not usually. I mean, it's not like Vinegar Syndrome. If you got like a limited, it's usually a slip, unless they like say otherwise. Arrow, there's usually something else with the slip. Now that being said, your favorites? Oh, yes, we have similar taste, Jesse. This one is just a really slip. That's the difference in this one, but it's a cool slip, so I wanted to grab it. And this is Contamination. Now, initially when this came out, I missed out on the slip edition of Contamination, and the only difference was the slip. So a viewer of mine who had the slip, who actually had a bonus version, an extra copy of the slip, sent it to me. If you don't have this is a lot of fun. Contamination is a really fun film. What makes it even better, though, again, is the special features, because there is a Lucio Cosi versus Louis Coates, which is his American name, and it's an over hour-long interview with him talking about his entire career. It is fantastic. He's one hell of a speaker. Now, this is one of 3 limited editions that this one had, and this one has a regular edition as well. But I missed out on the limited, and I know there's a 4K out there as well. But I think Waterworld and Blu-ray is good enough for me. This one has the Ulysses cut, so it's the second. It was a special edition. There's a limited edition with a hard box that's even sexier than this, with a poster and all that type of good stuff. Again, another of the super limited ones is Thief. This one had a extra version of the film here, a very different cut of the film, which is not included on the Criterion edition of that. Was that the first Region A or L release? You know this stuff like better than I do right now. I haven't had the game for a while. Evil Ed. So this, I think I got a slipcover for this one too, actually. So this one is a special edition as well, because this one included the original cut of the film. So there's like 2 versions of the film. It's a 3-disc set. And there's a 3-hour long making of documentary. I think the documentary is only on this cut. So I don't know if they put out like a second one. Sometimes they'll do that. They'll put out like a second one where they'll put like the limited edition, but they only put like a regular edition, then put like the other cut. But this one here, version of Evil Ed is a 3-disc set. And I'm pretty sure the other ones are 2-disc right now. I haven't seen the Criterion edition of it, but for me, I will always go with the Arrow edition. Arrow's my favorite company. And I think overall, there was a time period when I felt like Jesse, like Criterion. I don't think so much anymore, but for a while, Criterion seemed to be coasting on their name, and I don't think they're doing the quality work that they always used to do. But that's why there's going to be a couple here that are. Now, this one is one I think is out of print. You guys can let me know if Jesse, you'll probably know this. So it is Outlaw Gangster VIP. I like these films. Haven't seen them all yet, though. I still gotta watch a couple of these here. And like these came before the Battles of Honor and Humanity, so it's it's got that type of like realistic violence. Your favorites are nice. Kind of like realistic violence. It was when they did their earlier stuff, so it's kind of like the thinner cases, but it's got a great presentation. The booklet's fantastic in here. And you open it up like this. I adore these type of films. You can see they got like both Blu-ray. Back then, they had like Blu-ray and DVD. So it kind of like if you remember when Arrow when Criterion did the initial set, the one that I got there of the what's it? The big set, the Zadichi set, and you had like Blu-ray and DVD, and then they put out an edition that was just Blu-ray. This is a really, really good one. Now, here's one I know is not out of print, and I do recommend. It's actually a lot of fun, and I like to have stuff here that's not out of print because I want stuff you guys can see on sale. I have the old edition of King of New York. I don't have the new one. I got the old Blu-ray. I need to get the new one. I love the film. If you like the film, Leaf, definite recommendation on that. There's a new 4K of it. Anybody else have 4K? But yeah, it's a favorite of mine, King New York. So always gonna be something to get in my collection. I'm tempted to upgrade to that 4K, but I have it like twice really. I have the Aerodrome edition, which was like the early Aero when they put them on DVD, and I have an Aero Blu-ray of it. So I'd have to check on the on like what the difference is. But this here is the Cold War Creatures, the films of Sam Katzman. Um, so it comes with Creature with the Autumn Brain, The Werewolf, Zombies of Morotau, and The Giant Claw. Well, this has some great stuff in it. There's two books here. There's a book of art, Cold War Creatures, and there is a book of essays as well. It includes a ton of really cool special features on here. I'm trying to keep that Easter Carnage thing on the screen. Including things like so there's an 80-page collector's art book, two double-sided posters on here in here as well, by the way. But it has things like a brand new feature talking about like Sam Katzman's life and career. We have things on here talking about like essay talking often overlooked role of women in the films, like talking about mythical creatures and talking about like Cold War. So a ton of stuff in this one. Great. Oh, George has the 4K. Perfect. There you go. So there, Leaf, I think that answers your question right there. George has some really good stuff. Didn't you like Werewolf? Oh, see, I loved Werewolf. Werewolf's the first one I knew about from Sam Katzman because my dad's a massive Werewolf fan. And that's one that he told me about. He always would talk about this movie. He said, there's this werewolf movie. It's more of a scientific werewolf movie. Hey, Dennis, welcome, man. This one was sent to me by a viewer. And because I love David Cronenberg. And I love this movie. I know a lot of people like are kind of iffy on it, but I'm not one of those people. And that is the 4K of Crash. So this one I do recommend over the Criterion edition for sure. I love the artwork better. The packaging is way better on this one here. There's like a great book in here as well, which I probably shouldn't show on screen. But luckily there's no nudity, so there you go. Probably inside there might be. I think it's pretty safe. But it's a great edition, and I do love the movie Crash. Oh, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. There you go. Just in case I forget, right? Well, let's focus on the video. That's what we're here for, right? I'm not here to watch me shill. So American Horror Project. I really dug this. I was really excited when this was coming out. So I got excited. I bought it. And hey, Mike, welcome, man. We have to set too much at daytime. Yeah, I know. I can get that. I think that was kind of like an on-purpose thing to kind of like differentiate it. But I was just super excited about this. Nobody else seemed excited about it for a while until they announced the second volume. And the second, hey there, Scudder. And the second they announced the second volume, this is the first volume to print like that, like a snap, like almost immediately. And now I think both of these have like slimline editions. I'm not sure if the hard boxes are available anymore. So these are really good. The Witcher Came from the Sea, not about witches at all. That's much different than you think it's going to be. We got The Premonition here, which is a really good film. And Melatista's Carnival Blood. I really dug all three of these films. There's my new Valencia coming in. Huh? And great stuff on here. I remember was it this one here? I got to check because I'm kind of curious now. We do want Canadian Horror Project. We definitely do. Yes. So I was watching a documentary on a Canadian that she was, I think she lived in Vancouver, and she was working on making horror film festivals, making it a thing that happened, right? And her name is Kayla Janice, probably best known now for the All the Haunts Be Ours box set that came out, and of course, her amazing book. But at the time, I was like, oh wow, there's a Canadian girl that's kind of likes the stuff like me. Super cool. I just finished watching the documentary. I came downstairs. I was looking at the set, and I was going to read the stuff on here. And I opened it up, and right there was her name having written. And I was like, this girl has made it. Millie Perkins isn't the witch Came from the Sea. It's a very good film. It's very different than people expect it to be. People go in expecting like some kind of gothic witch thing, and it's not what you're going to get. Next up, we have the American Horror Project Volume 2. At least I think there's a slimline edition still in print for this. Dream No Evil is here. We got Dark August and The Child, a great follow-up. Really kind of cool films in here. You get some Ket Ellinger, Sam Deegan commentary work on here as well, some Stephen Thrower stuff. So you're going to get some quality special features when it comes to this. Just some really, really great stuff. And I'm pretty sure this one came back in print with a different cover. So what they do sometimes is Arrow like a repurpose their box sets, but they take the booklet out of them and they'll give them different covers so people will know the difference between like a first printing and a second printing. So this is the first printing of this one. And this is Blood Hungry, the films of Jose Larraz. I'm a huge Jose Larraz fan. This one here has Whirlpool, The Coming of Sin, and Vampires, which I call Vampire, on it. Really good films, very dark. Whirlpool is a very dark film, but I love his stuff. And he put some of his later stuff out as well, which I don't have his slasher stuff they did in the 80s, which I've seen. Watching Boarding House for the first time. You think you're the only person I got to rewatch it. I got to give it another shot. I don't own it, but I'll check it out some way and see if it's one that I need to own. I remember it back in the day. I remember the cover, but I didn't remember nothing about the film. He passed away, and I'm really glad I got the set. This is one of the, it's the Bob Hoskins set, The Long Good Friday Mona Lisa. It's a wonderful, beautiful set. Again, more handmade films. I always try to grab their stuff whenever I can. But what's really neat about this, I love the way this is packaged. So, got the Long Good Friday right here. This is one where I will actually look at the packaging and show you guys. You have the limited edition. Good old Helen Mirren. Got a Mona Lisa. And there's the book right here. So there's a hardbound book, perfect hardbound book on here as well. Gorgeously done set. It's blown up to 35 minutes. It feels different. See, did he Blu-ray it? I hope they didn't Blu-ray it. I hate when they Blu-ray shot on video stuff because I don't think it's meant to be Blu-ray. See, I think the top for a shot on video release really, like realistically, is probably DVD. Then I just feel like you're just going overboard with it. Next up is another one that I do think this edition is very much superior to the Criterion, but I do love this movie so much that I have both editions. And that is this one right here, Videodrome. This is the original Arrow video edition of Videodrome that came out. So it's got I think it was put out separately afterwards, the Cronenberg's early years on here. And we got the Long Live the New Flesh. See, I really loved when they did this here kind of packaging. Because they didn't keep it up the same. Like they ended up doing like slimline cases. They're so you get like the ones here like Blu-ray and DVD, so transfers stereo from The Drain and Crimes of the Future, which of course was recently remade by him. And there's the perfectly bound book. Can't show on screen too much, but even though it's just artwork. Hopefully you'll find it around. Just keep looking in your local charity shops, George, because you never know when you're going to find something like this. But this was one of my faves. I bought it like pretty much immediately. A lot of these here, when you're seeing like stuff that's looks like they've gone into any omnibus I'm looking forward to picking up this year. I have anything Nick Spencer I would love to get, and I got Ben Reilly Volume 2, so I pre-ordered Ben Reilly Volume 1 and the Titan books from Conan, at least the first volume of that. So Gates Hell Trilogy, I showed this one before, so I won't show this one too much. This is Aerodrome. This was before Arrow did like the stuff they do now. They had a company called Aerodrome. It was a sub-label. And a lot of those focused on kind of horror or stuff or kind of video store rentals type stuff. They're a very cool company thing, but they didn't stay into it for too long. Oh, I did order 1961, by the way. Recently, I got it for really cheap. Between Night and Dawn, I'm a huge Romero fan. We really wanted to meet Romero, but unfortunately, he passed away before we could. There was a Comic-Con that was going to happen in Niagara Falls, but unfortunately, what happened was, the world shut down for a bit, so it didn't happen, and they got hurt like financially really badly. So what they did was they put auctions online on Facebook. So we went out and tried to wanted to make sure we supported them, and we bought like George Romero autographed photo from he was going to come, right? And we also got a Pamela Anderson one, which I chose. But the one we chose of Romero is during the with him and Isaiah. So you know what film that is? That's Land of the Dead. So just in case somebody didn't know, so this is gorgeous. It does look amazing on the shelf. I love this here. This set. It's got some great features on here. The Crazies is really good. Crazies is one of those movies. So I was going to say the sequel. Uh, oh yeah, Ben Riley and the two. I think at least one or two of the clone ones are coming up too. So keep an eye out for that. But Deflex Ben Riley is up for a pre-order right now. I pre-ordered it at not still up higher, but not as high as cover price. So keep an eye out for that because cover price. Once it goes cover price, it usually doesn't go down too much. But pre-order ahead anyway. If you get it from Amazon, it'll go down. Probably once or twice in between. Black Cat. So this again is the another kind of a put together box set. So we got two kind of Black Cat related films. One is Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat, and that's a fun little film. But the best one on here, and the reason a lot of people grab this one initially, was this artwork. But Your Vice's Locked Room and Only I Have the Key. A lot of people, Amy, will say that, and I will say I don't know if I like it more, but I don't like it as much, which is definitely high praise coming from me when it comes to that, because I think when people say, hey, Brian, welcome, man. It has been a while. I would get you on the channel sometime, by the way. Yeah, this is one of Martino's best. So this is out, I think, in another set, like either in the Martino box set, because they put it in the Martino box set, or in one of the Giallo Essentials. I think it's in the Martino set. I think they put Your Vice's Locked Room, I Have the Key, Suspicious Death of a Minor, and Case of Scorpion's Tail. I think that's the three. So if you don't have those Martino ones, they're really good. So I recommend it. Next up is one that I know is in print. This is the first printing. So I think the second printing took it the booklet. I think that's the only thing you're missing. But this is the Complete Sertana collection. Again, I love spaghetti westerns. This stuff is amazing. I get a special feeling when I look at some of the stuff, and I definitely a recommendation if you like that stuff. We will make that happen, man. Edric Finch. Who cannot love Edric Finch? Okay, this is an example of getting a second volume. So initially, this one here came out with a very different cover. This is the Ring collection, and it had a big thick book in it. And as much as I like the Ring movies, I can be shallow at times with the aesthetics. I did not like the look of the box set, and I didn't buy it. So they were doing a sale, and they came out with a second printing. It didn't have the book anymore, but it had this really cool artwork, and I love the design of it. Just to give you an idea, I think that's what's going to make it good. It's got some of the earlier stuff. It's nice that it's not a double dip. So the Shawscope one is coming out, I think, around the time that I go back to Canada. So that's what I may have to get for my better half. She's a huge Shawscope fan. She's the biggest Shawscope fan that I know. And my dad grew up with that stuff. But here's the artwork for the three. So we got this, and this. Pretty cool, right? The Ringu had there's a Ring set, there's this set, and then they released it on its own, and they released the Steelbook. So kind of 4 times. So this one, George. This is really, really cool. These are really kind of fun, cheap regional films by Wim Griffey. Great documentary on here, by the way. And I actually dig some of these films a lot, way more than I thought I was going to. Sting of Death was a lot of fun. Psychedelic Priest, which is one I thought I wasn't going to like, I loved. So if you like this type of stuff, you're going to want to check this out. Hello, Miss Lordy. How are we doing? My kitty cat's looking at the box sets. You want to watch a movie after? This is the one I got first. Last House on the Left. Could miss out on this. The Juan set. Do you have that one, AME? Because that one includes the 4K of the original Juan. For those that have never seen Juan, the actual first film, Amy will know a lot more about this than I will. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to Juan, the first one's more of an anthology, in style. than like the way the Grudge is, and it's way better, way scarier. Last House on the Left. Remember, guys, when you're watching this movie, it's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie. But again, a lot of fun with that one right there. And of course, like who didn't grab The Hills of Oz when it came out? This is not the 4K. It's the Blu-ray set. Same with Last House on the Left. I get a lot of these on Blu-ray unless I don't have them on 4K on Blu-ray. Then I'll grab them. There you go. Just in case you thought, some early Arrow video like limited edition is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Again, I really like this one. I didn't pick up the Scream Factory one. This was my kind of my go-to. I didn't pick up the Vinegar Syndrome one. Maybe I should, but I just love this one here. The artwork is fantastic on this. When you open it up, you got this like wonderful art of like Leatherface here, Bill Johnson, and you get great work for like with Bill Moseley's Chop Top, and even like some fantastic art on the book here as well with Dennis Hopper and his chainsaw wielding sheriff. I know, that was insane. People that got that one lucky at the time. Now, this is one I'm pretty sure is long out of print. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong. See, Giallo is always my favorite love because it's a movie. It's the type of film. Giallo's my comfort films. So, like yesterday, my better half wasn't feeling well, and I wanted to be like just making sure that she was okay. So I'm sticking around, sticking close to sticking closer. So I wanted to put on films that I knew were going to be kind of comforting because I always get a little stressed. I wanted her to feel good. So I sat down and I watched The Birth, Crystal Plumage, and I watched Deep Red. So this here is Bride of Reanimator, which is a really fun one. I love this set. It's well done. I think this is when they still numbered things too, because we open up like this. So I have it here. No, I guess this is not when the number didn't. Maybe there's not a number on this one. Like what the big thing is, you guys know I'm a huge comic book fan. D-Flex is here. He knows I'm a comic book fan. So right here, so this isn't your regular. This isn't like a booklet. No, this is Reanimator, Dawn of the Reanimator, the comic book. So I'll open it up here to show you guys. And it's in kind of black and white because it was in sort of kind of an indie thing where who did this one again? Adventure Comics. And it was like because also Reanimator is gonna be super gory. So I really like it. This I really like Marrakesh. It's a gorgeous place. Sometimes I miss the mall. Like we have malls here. Don't get me wrong. But there's certain like kind of things that I get used to. But overall, this feels like home. Like my better half asked me a couple times, like, how do you feel here? I feel at home, which is the thing I was nervous about, to be honest with you. But I especially love this place. I love her condo. It doesn't have the space or like our houses that we had before, but it's just better laid out, and I just feel I love the setup. So hopefully you guys like that because we're working on a setup for upstairs as well, so I can actually film my new videos. Nothing got damaged, but it cost us a bunch of money to get the stuff moved. Both getting it here and getting it through customs. So this is Society. I think this is another one's out of print too. This is a great one. It's got kind of embossed and de-embossed on it. This is another one. Yeah, like I think my better half, unfortunately, one of her friends, like parents got sick. And she had to go to France. So I was on my own for the very first time here. And it was just me and our cat here, Lordy. And it was during the Marrakesh Film Festival. In crates, and like plastic crates with a ton of packaging around them. I'm in Morocco. I'm in Marrakesh, actually. I think the second or third largest, biggest city in Morocco. That's why everything looks so different. That's why I have a much better TV now. Hey, River, welcome. So this one actually has a comic book. It has see, there was never a sequel on the Society. This is the sequel to Society. So you ever wondered, like, oh, damn, Society was really cool and gross. This is the sequel to Society. It came as a comic book, and it's really good. Actually, it's a lot of fun. Definitely kind of an indie style artwork, but I really like it. Some of the stuff I can't show on here, but the look of this, when I look at some of this here, so you see this here, do you get kind of like if anybody's like read comics, kind of a Spawn, like a Sam and Twitch type of look to that? Because that's what I see when I look at it. Yeah, we went from the Cult of Comics to the Cult of Comics International, so we kind of end up calling ourselves here. Which means I really got to work on some new merchandise, some rebranding, because I've been really lax on it for a long. But it's because we moved. Okay. Also, Bloodbath, really fun, because there's different versions of this film, and they're very, very different. The documentary on here about the different versions is really, really good. I've watched it at least 3 times, and I'm probably going to watch it this weekend. Tim Lucas did it, actually. So there's 4 versions of the film. Very different. Operation Titan, Portrait in Terror, Bloodbath, and Track of the Vampire. So some super different stuff in here. It's got a booklet, it's got a poster. If you ever come here, Dennis, if you go to a place called Essaouira, that's where like a lot of stuff is filmed, like Othello and stuff like that. There's actually a statue of like Orson Welles there, which is pretty awesome. So here's another one that I didn't know was out of print until I watched a video recently, and I thought this was still one you could easily get, but I guess not. This is Kinji Fukasaku's Battles Without Honor and Humanity. When this initially got announced, I was like, I'm never going to buy this. No, they should just have slasher stuff. Oh yeah, like it's right. There's a gelato shop going into like kind of a Medina type place. It's an area where basically a lot of people like back in the 60s were hippies and stuff like that. Bob Marley used to go there. The Beatles used to go there, but they stayed and they made like shops and like restaurants and stuff. And it's got this kind of 60s aesthetic feel to it. So you're walking around the town, you're hearing like Bob Marley and the Beatles playing all over the place. And the statues there, great beach too. But actually, when I got this, I totally fell in love with it. Now, Amy, here's the thing. My kids are huge fans of Asian cinema. When they watched this, they found it way too dry. They didn't like this at all. I think they got to let it grow on them, kind of like you did. But I really did enjoy this one. And now, keep in mind, like I went to school for journalism, so sometimes more of a dry feel to a film will actually work for me. And these are based on like I think on newspaper articles. But there's that one new Battles Without Honor and Humanity which I didn't pick up because which I probably should. I know there's like a non-limited edition out there, but I felt like it said everything it had to say, but maybe I need to see more. So next up is one. There's a standard edition. The limited edition went out from a long time ago. Hey there, Kaz. Welcome, man. Now I'm going to try my bed.
I'm not able to make a phone call at this time.
What?
But you can ask me to place a FaceTime call.
That was Siri. This is Krzysztof Kozlowski's Decalogue and other television works. Now, here's the difference. So this was put out. This one actually, I got this one on a sale. So I got this one for like £25, but this one I think was a bit more expensive when it came out initially. But maybe even less than £25, to be honest with you. But it was when it was on sale, and people were like just passing it by because they were like, "Oh, Criterion's got one too." But this one has all the TV films that he did. So like, it's a huge set. It's got a great book too. Like, if you ever get a chance, if you see it anywhere, pick it up. If you're a Kozlowski fan, that is. If you're not, probably no. Oh, not on your. Oh, yeah, that was. I think I got that one for around 30. It was on sale. But initially it was around like 60 or more. Like I was actually, I was like, wow, this seems expensive at the time for one of those sets. But when I looked and saw what was in there, I was like, holy crap! I guess that's it's kind of cheap after all, right? But great book and great set. But yeah, that one. Uh, I think what's her name? Filmies. Uh, actually had a video last year on our Arrow collection, which if you haven't seen, I really recommend. It's really good. Um, Now here's one I watched today. Yesterday, Deep Red. Again, I can watch this one anytime. I just love it. This one has the limited edition with the soundtrack. I know there's a 4K out there as well, but I didn't upgrade to the 4K. Not yet, because if I'm going to upgrade any of these 4K, it's going to be stuff, the older stuff I got, as opposed to the newer Argento stuff. Because I really like this set. And one of my lesser Argento films, though I'd still like it. I don't way better than the later stuff, that's for sure. Cat o' Nine Tails, and I got the this is the Blu-ray. I didn't get the 4K of this one either, but it came with like a poster and a booklet. Do you really? I like the longer cut just because I'm such a huge fan of Derry Nickelodeon, and a lot of Derry Nickelodeon sequences are cut out of the shorter cut. And there's this one scene. I'm not sure if it's in the shortcut or not, but I know it's in the long cut where she picks up like where they're officially kind of a couple, and she picks up at David Hemmings like kind of on his desk. There's a girl, and she's like a model type girl, and she says, "Oh, you like those super attractive girls, do you?" And she's walking to the door, and she stops and she does these kind of little like spins and turns, and it's really funny, and it's one of my favorite things. And you can't want. It's like when you see Deborah Foreman in Valley Girl. When you watch that scene with Darren Nickelodeon, you can't not fall in love with that actress that period of time. It's such a shame, like the dark period that she had later on in life. Shock was her last film. I don't own Shock, the Mary Baville one. But I got to get that from Arrow because she went through like a time when she was anorexic, and there's some issues back then. This is one my better half picked up. I'm so glad she did because I might have like kind of your favorite artwork. And it does have great artwork. I might have passed on this, and when I found out what it was, I'm so glad that she was smart enough not to. It's when you visit the left. See, my favorite. I see. I love that. My favorite one, the one I visit the most, Mike, out of Argento's work, is Tenebrae. Tenebrae is my favorite Argento giallo. But I understand when you look at Deep Red, how he came back and said, "Okay, I want to make the definitive giallo," and kind of did. Recommend on the 4Ks. Oh, it's expensive though, George. But yeah, eventually I want to get. Yeah, Argento's my favorite director. Um, but this is the Yoke Monster Collection. This is super fun stuff. We've got the original Yoke Monster stuff here: Hundred Monsters, Spook Warfare, along with Ghosts, and then there's the kind of the newer one, the Great Yoke War. So this was a North American release. No, you don't. And I love the artwork. Was there anything in this? Nothing really. It's a fairly like bare bonesy type of release, though. Maybe there was a big release later on, but I'm not sure. And of course, here we go, there, guys. Da 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 da. The Jackie Chan Volume 2. Definitely worth picking up. The Volume 1 is good. Volume 2 is amazing. Definitely look into it, Amy. You're gonna love it. I got a whole list. My better half is going to come downstairs, even though she's not feeling well, and we're going to look through the Arrow sale together. So there's a lot of stuff I'm looking at. If anybody got any like big recommendations, I'm looking at stuff like the Giallo Essentials Black Set. I'm looking at the like Hell High, and looking at Girls Night Out, stuff like that. So if anybody got any recommendations on any of that stuff, like please like put them there. Hey there, buenos dias. Anyways, welcome, dude. This is, and they did 2 editions of this one. This is Shock Treatment. There is this is a Cosmo edition, and I can't remember the name of the other edition. I'm sure somebody will know, but this went out of print, and then they found extras during a sale. Um, and this is one of their big. We were in Halifax staying at a hotel because my better half had a convention, and we're there for the weekend. And at the time, it was during I don't know if it's Black Friday. I think it's Black Friday, because Vinegar Syndrome announced their their Black Friday stuff, but Arrow did their sale at the exact same time. So I ended up getting like just two things from Vinegar Syndrome and like grabbing like a bunch of Arrow stuff I really needed, but I missed out on some stuff. Do I have this put in right? Oh, I don't. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. This is actually neat. The packaging is kind of flimsy on this. You know what? I'm with you. My better half, Rocky Horror, is her favorite film. One of her favorite films, not her favorite film, one of her favorite films. But Shock Treatment is my favorite of the two, though I do love Rocky Horror. But this is a really good one. This has the soundtrack. It's a complete soundtrack CD. It's got a poster. It's got mix and match cards for the characters, which is perfect for this type of film. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. Time to watch After Blue. I haven't yet, actually. There's so much that I have yet to see. Now I'm going to show you one of my better half's favorite movies of all time. We got to see this in a theater during a digital film festival, and I was so glad that I could take her to it because this is a movie she loved when she was a kid, and to see her watching it on the big screen was an amazing experience. And that is Flash Gordon. I love this freaking movie. This is so good, and this is the 4K edition, of course, because everybody's got to have this movie. It is a great edition. Poster, it's a book. We got the documentary, Life After Flash, with Sam Jones here as well. A bunch of special features. They talked to like Stanley and Mark Miller on there. Stanley's passed on now. Robert Rodriguez, a whole bunch of people. But just really, really love this film. Next up is another one that I had to grab when it was still in print. The Thing, special edition. The best version of The Thing that's out there. Like I know there's a 4K, right? But Princess Roy, damn straight, man. But we got the Blu-ray, and I think that's good enough because it's a really good like 4K restoration on Blu-ray. I apologize. Let me just take a drink. So I'm going to mute myself for 1 second, then we'll go on to. I actually love Flash Gordon. Not so big on the Cosmic Cheerleaders, which is part 2. But the Flash Gordon actually has some really good like stop motion animation in there as well. And that spaceship and the Penosaurus. I decided to add this one in here because it is kind of a limited edition. Steelbook edition is the same as that box set when it comes to The Thing. Well, except for there's the poster and the book. I don't know if that's included in there, but like as far as the discs are included, I'll show you right now. So this one here includes it's just one disc, so the disc will be the same, but whether Steelbook will have these here cards or not, I'm not quite sure. There's like a bunch of cards here with these. There's a whole bunch. Like one of these days, I'll do like deep dives on some of this stuff. But one of my favorites right there. I love The Thing. My better half, we went to the theater during the same digital film festival to watch it. She'd never seen it, and we got there, and they had the dog scene. It freaked her. She's an animal lover, so it freaked her. It's so much. It was so realistic. It's Rob Bottin, right? His FX are amazing. She literally walked to the theater. She was so shooken up. She's a softie, and I like that. My Darling Clementine. This was an Arrow Academy back when Arrow Academy was a thing. It's not a thing anymore. When they kind of merged with Zavvi, that didn't have that Arrow Academy was taken to the loop. So if you got any Arrow Academy stuff, keep it because there's no Arrow Academy anymore. Suspiria TVs. Oh. See, I love the things like that. This one included My Darling Clementine, of course. and other wider tales. Two other like versions of My Darling Clementine on here, and Frontier Marshall, which is a completely different film. It does look realistic. That's why she literally when I say she booted at the theater. Okay, so I'm a big fan of this movie, and I had the initial edition of this one, and here it is. It is Battle Royale. So I know AME is going to be a big fan of this one right here. I'm assuming. Oh, it looks interesting too. I have not seen Ant-Man Quantumania yet. I'm going to watch this with my better half. She's a big superhero comic book movie fan, so it's one we'll watch together when she's feeling better. I think it's coming on like Marvel on the Disney Plus channel pretty soon. So this one, yeah. So this is the original. I'll actually show you this one. This one. I know there's a new edition out there, like a 4K edition. So you open it up, and you got right here, and this is this 3 right there. The limit. This is the special features. You have right here. Oh, this is just one theatrical cut of the film. I got to make sure you get this in the right order now. And we also have this 2, which was a limited edition director's cut. And we also came with this here. When you open this up, it's like booklets, and one of these is a comic book. Actually, this is the booklets. And this is the artwork. So there's artwork in here. And this one is the comic and postcards. So this one here has like a Battle Royale like comic. It's kind of a prequel. One Cut of the Dead is a really good movie, man. That's actually on sale on the Arrow sale right now. Here is the picture, and this picture here lets you know on the back what number yours are. Was that a 10,000? This mine was 4,494. Also included the old school Arrow Battle Royale poster, which is double-sided. This one's, so we got here and here, as well as including the cards. Some really good stuff. There's a bunch of these. I won't go through all of them anyway. You guys want to see that. But I have to say, truly an amazing set. And I know there's a 4K and Blu-ray edition that's out there now. But this is a really good set, so I don't really feel like I need to upgrade. But who knows? Maybe down the road. But I try to get things that I don't have. And then I look at stuff that I really want. Like when it comes to stuff like Halloween 4Ks, like those were things I really wanted to have in my collection. Like in the upgraded format. So that was like a thing to grab. But Battle Royale, it's such a good set. So this is the Bomb Dr. Fibes. This was a kind of a fairly limited edition set, I think. I think this one went out of print really quick. So this includes both Dr. Fibes, and it has the Bomb Dr. Fibes right here. Dr. Fibes Rises Again, and this very thick book. And I know this. I think this is out without the book separately. You got to buy them separate now. But I'm a huge Vincent Price fan, so there's no way I was going to miss out on this. So great set. Next up is Stray Cat Rock, again sent to me by a viewer. I'm running a Japanese movie all the time. Actually, it was Battle Royale, George, that got my oldest daughter into Asian cinema. I was working at a bank, and she would walk with me down to the bank and come back. So she couldn't get back to sleep. It was really early in the morning, bank hours. You're talking like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And this was around the time that, actually Netflix actually had good stuff, and Battle Royale was on Netflix. So she she stayed up and she watched Battle Royale, and it's turned into a lifelong love of Asian cinema. Stray Cat Rock. I really like these. People rag on these a bit. And this is as Miko Kaji. Did I pronounce that right, Amy? Who, of course, is in like Lady Snowblood and the female Prisoner Scorpion stuff. But I dig these a lot. Oh, the Hunger Games 100% ripped it off. not even a doubt. Next up is one that I'm very proud to get, because this was, again, my better half. Smart thinking, quick thinking. I said, okay, we'll get this one down the road. She said, no, this is going to go to print quick. She was 100% right. This went out of print super quick. This is the Vincent Price 6 Gothic Tales. And yes, it is the limited edition with the hardbound book, which is good for me for like 2 reasons. I love books and booklets, and I also love comics. And this here included, and this is super, super cool, because I did not know this until I got it. These here Dell adaptions. And I grew up like reading a lot of Dell and Cold Key stuff of these other stories. So you got look at that. Isn't that amazing? Even the ads and everything were left in. Incredible. Too much, yeah. Just really, really amazing. The work that he put into this set is just incredible, and I would love to see that followed up. Like if there's other Dell Key releases, because I know they did a lot of stuff. They got amazing outdoor deflex. It's definitely, if you ever see it, like for any, like, unfortunately it's a bit expensive now, but the book that's out, the one box that's out now doesn't have the book. But if you ever see like the first printing, it's definitely worth grabbing, especially as a comic fan. I love this. So this is the Scarlet Box. It is Hellraiser 1 to 3, or like I like to call them, the best Hellraisers. And then there's part 5, and then there's the other ones which you kind of watch. They're kind of meh. But this, and of course I like the remake. Or not remake, but whatever was on the new one. But these are the Hellraiser films. I love this set. Everything about this one, just, you got like 1, part 2, part 3, of course the documentary, bonus disc stuff, the Clive Barker legacy, and then you get to because this is done very much in the same way Battle Royale is done, like art cards, and there's an actual postcard. Send them a postcard from hell. Well, not really hell, because I don't. Although it's called Hellraiser, I don't consider them from hell. I consider it like there's a poster in here. Of course, this is where the Black Cat was announced. And last but not least, does it go for crazy money? Is this right here? This is again a hardcover, perfect bound book called Damnation Games, and so it had like Surgeons of God, Steps on the Forbidden Path to Hellraiser, Hellraiser Press Kit, Hellraiser Faustus Endures, Hellbound Press Kit, Hellbound Another Underworld, Hellraiser 3 Press Kit, Hellraiser 3 like booklet on it, Study in Scarlet, acknowledgments about the. So I think this set came out probably around the same time that the Scarlet Gospels did. And a little neat thing, of course, at the bottom was, "I am in hell, help me." But it was a little bit late from when it was initially announced. So what they did was they put out a pinhead pin that was kind of like, sorry, I arrived late, which was super cool, and they didn't have to do that, but I dug it. It's one of my favorites. I just love the set. Probably should have left it for last. Death Walks Twice. 2 phones, Belluccio or Coley. I'm pretty sure that the 2 of these plus another one is in the Giallo Blue Essentials collection. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is Giallo Blue one. So this has Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight. Coley was known for having like these really, like, I think it's Dagmar Sander is in this. or is it Nicole Navarro? Or is it same, or she's same girl? Navarro. Anyway, Navarro's in this. Um, Written by one of, or both. No, they're both written by Ernesto Gastaldi. Great stuff. And next up, we have here the Killer Dames, 2 films by Emilio P. Merigelli. This was out of print for a long time. Like No Shame put this out on DVD with a figurine of the killer from The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. But it was out of print for a long time. They brought it back with this one right here. Pretty sure that 2 of these, The Red Queen Kills 7 Times and Night of Him Came at the Grave, are either available separately or part of a Giallo collection. I think they're available separately. Oh, the Death Box ones are yeah. 1,000,000%. I 1,000,000% agree on that. So they did 2 versions of House, the collection. There was a North American edition of it, which was parts 1 and 2. And there's this one right here from the UK that has all 4 House films. And I do like all 4 of the films. The 4th one is probably my least favorite. Especially because I was excited because, oh, look, William Katt's coming back. Like, spoiler alert, not for very long. But we had all 4 of these and really loved it. Next up was RoboCop, again sent to me by a viewer. Oh yeah, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. And I love this. So Omni Consumer Products Group. So anytime I see this, I always think of Canon films. I do, but I love RoboCop. It's one of my favorite sci-fi films. I only got a couple more to go, and then I got to go because my voice is going. So, but we have the With Known High. They had like 3 different limited edition sets of this one. Each one had a different. Thank you. Almost finished. Had a different slipcover on them. This is literally a book that has movies. This doesn't just include With No Eye. It also includes how to get ahead in advertising. Both those has Richard E. Grant, who's like a favorite, like English actor of mine. But I got a feeling that if I actually become an actor, my life probably would have been really similar to With No Eye, which is kind of sad because they are failed actors who are on the verge of insanity and drink way too much. So I guess maybe I dodged a bullet for the whole acting thing, guys. Next up is one of my Better Hats favorites, and this is the Shawscope collection. I know Amy's going to love this one. I know Anubis is going to love this one. Pretty sure George is a big fan. I love the way that they got this done. I kind of wish you would have put something up here, like the title or something up here for people like, I'm not going to, but some people are going to like that. I will say it is a little earlier on the Denti side. Okay, now the next 2 I think are to print. You guys can let me know. Like one of them has like another edition of it, so you're pretty safe. But again, it's still big. Oh, it's a big beast of one. And this is the Gamera, the complete collection. This is a huge set. So it has the Gamera collection, the Gamera comics collection, and I'll show you because it's really worth showing this one here. I will apologize. My voice is going a bit, so I'm probably going to be going soon. But so first off, you get this here. So these are the Gamera films, and it's super cool. So you open it up. Artwork on here is amazing, and it's done. It's worth showing. It's probably one of the best looking box sets I have in my collection. And I'm going to say something. It's going to seem like sacrilege. As nice as the Bergman set is, this is better. It is. Like, I love the Bergman set. It's great. But does the Bergman set include hardcover comic adaptations? I don't think so. This one does, though. We get The Lost Hope, which was an unpublished Gamera comic, plus Gamera Guardian of the Future. All 4 issues of that as well. So you open it up, and first you get The Lost Hope, which is kind of a beautiful black and white story. Look at this. Look at this artwork. D-Flex, I hope you're still here, man. Here. This is definitely a you thing. Then we get to the Dark Horse comics that were put out, and it is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. And the third one in here was this here book right here. And what's really cool about this is it includes the where's it at? Yeah, the X-rays, the kaiju X-rays of all the characters. So it talks about all the films and that, but if you're a kaiju fan, like this is super cool. And again, I love this set. So one more set to go, guys. I'm trying to make live videos that aren't too long, too taxing for people to go through as well. So like, but they're long enough that they're fun, but they're not too long that you feel like, oh my God, I've been here forever. Last but not least is Herschell Gordon Lewis's Feast. It is there's a bigger edition of this actually. Hard to believe, but yes, there's a bigger edition of this. But this is the Cereal Box edition of the Herschell Gordon Lewis set. There was a Shockcore edition, which was bigger, but this is the one that I liked the best. And the Shockcore one went out print really quick, and it was super expensive. This, I think, for me, was the best buy. There is, what's neat in here, if you're from Canada or if you're from UK, you'll understand this, these annuals. So if you lived in UK, like you probably had those kind of the comic book annuals, the Beanos and stuff like that, and the children's stuff. In Canada, we had the Canadian Children's Annual from Scholastic Books and stuff. So we both kind of got what these annuals were like, and it was really cool. Like this talks about like how to do a have you ever had an Egyptian feast? And there's even one here for like what's neat is you have like word searches, which I'm never going to fill in, and Who's Top Mama. There's like a whole bunch of like crazy stuff in here, and I think there's like how to make a doll too. And but it's a great set. Just give you guys a look really quickly before we go. So it's broken up into two eras. It's from 1963 to 1967, which is this set right here. Yeah, great artwork on the inside as well for this one. Really well. Whoever put these together, like chef's kiss. And the second volume right here is more grisly than ever in blood color. Is 1968 to 1972. And I guess as it says that near mint condition, right? It says that is that. Arrow was one of the. I started collecting with Roger Corman. Again, Roger Corman collection from Shout Factory. It's okay. But hello, do you want to come on screen? All right, come here. Come on. Here is my little savage girl. Who's that? Who's that?
She hates it.
She hates it. There you go. Lordy photobomb. But I can remember I picked up Horror Hound magazine. We were living in Cronenberg. We were living in St. John's, and picked up Horror Hound magazine at Kohl's. At that time, Kohl's had like a Starbucks in there. And in the middle of it, there was an article in Arrow video. And I think that same week, there was an Arrow. I bought like the Aerodrome, like Lucio Fulci set, and a couple like DVDs of Arrow DVDs that were coming out, like the Argentos are at the time, like Stendhal Syndrome and I think Opera. And I fell in love with the company. And these when they had the first big sale, it was one of the first sales I ever like really focused on. Before I did all the sales stuff, I was, my channel was finding its footing. I did beer reviews and like comics and game stuff, and I did like chip tastings. But kind of helped me find my focus. So there you go. Arrow. Let me know what you guys are going to get in this Easter Carnage set right here, because I would be kind of curious to find out. The crazy part is I have to put all of this back. I am not looking forward to that. And now that I have it down, I know I have to put this back in the right order, which is killing my OCD part. Anyway, my name is Aaron. I want to thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you hit that like button and you're subscribed, because we will be doing a lot more stuff like this. Every film that you've seen in this here video is going to be reviewed on this channel. We're doing a brand new series where I'm going to be reviewing every film in my collection. Down with Hell High, The Red Queen, and the Damajan trilogy. That's a good one. Damajan is like, I'm sure you've seen it already. It's like Kaiju meets Gollum. I kid you not. It's really good stuff. There was originally a Damajan set that looked like my Feast one. But they put it down like to more of the Heisei Showa era like ones, but still it's all the same films, man. You have a wonderful evening. Everybody, a fantastic day. I just want to thank all you that are here, that came here. Anybody that we donate, super chat, that type of thing. That's great. I love that. Like, it's amazing when you can do that. It does help the channel out. When you can't, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here. That's the key part, is that we come here and we talk and we chat and we get it to this stuff. Now, that being said, this channel gets to stay on the air because of some amazing patrons who I'm going to show right now on the screen. I have to do an updated version of that. We lost 2 patrons this month, and it's a shame, but people have things in their life that okay, some certain things become more important. So I don't get upset as much as I get concerned about certain people. So hopefully they're doing well. My name is Aaron. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon here again in the Call Cinema. Hi there. I want to give a special shout out to my amazing patrons. You guys are awesome, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the Crimson Cult again, where we can actually do some cool live chats. We got a lot coming up, and if you want to join this incredibly awesome group of people that you see scrolling down below, the link's down below. Normally, this is where I put something out at the ending, kind of like a bonus thing. And I guess here's a warning one. I'll do that for you. Don't fall on your ass, Henry. Don't fall on your ass. I love Reanimator. This is a Steelbook. This is an FYE exclusive. Be careful with FYE Steelbook exclusives, and here is why. I always feel like Simon Miller when I say that, especially with my hair. So this is a 2-disc set. Well, it's supposed to be a 2-disc set. It includes the original one and the integral cut. Apparently, FYE did not think that the second disc with the integral cut was integral. See you guys next time, right here in the Call Cinema.